Check now. Do you have any? Let's have Mr. Bolaji. Let's have one of your network cable. Let's connect the router to the switch. Right. Now, all those network cables. Now keep them for house. You can have one. So you have to share your screen. The accents. Mr. Precious, you stop sharing. Stop sharing. The accents. So we'll come back to your screen later. So connect this one. There are two ports here. Okay, there are four fast Ethernet ports here. Right. I wish I can raise the router up now, but it's too heavy. So that we'll see it. Hold on. Um. Okay. Let me just unplug first. Oh, turn it off. Press the switch button. Turn it off. Unplug it. Thank you. Alright, so we want to do two things, right? So while we are setting up a firewall, we want to access this and also look at the security policies and alright, so this is the router that we configured as on packet tracer, right? So I don't know who has screwdriver here. So but these are added cards. We added this card, right? But not this exact one. But you can add more. These are slots. This is the modular router, right? So why this is the wireless router? Right. Then when we have the layer 3 switch, which is the 3550 Cisco switch, right? So if you look here, auxiliary ports, console ports, right? So the console ports and the auxiliary port, they are management ports, right? So they are management ports. Why this one is management cable? So call this, what's the name of this cable again? Console cable or rollover cable. It's also called management cable. Take note. This is not management cable. It's just a network cable. So we don't really categorize this we don't categorize this as a network cable. Like if you want to be like well defined and professional, we don't call it, but some people will just do that. It's only this one. Yes. I think the one that you used to connect to the router. Yeah, so then if you look here, we have the Ethernet ports. We have the G means gigabits, right? So GE 0/1, and we have GE 0/0, right? So but when we're connecting to the router, we use F0/0, right? So if you're not using fast Ethernet, which is F0/0, use G, which is gigabit. So gigabit is much more faster. It's 1000 Mbps. While the F0/0 is 100, minimum of 100 Mbps speed. That's the speed, right? So now, which one here is the network ports? Which one is the Ethernet port or the network port? Based on what I've said, which one here is the network port or Ethernet port? The Ethernet. You know, that's why we see Internet and Ethernet. So we refer to this port. This is it. This one, they are Ethernet ports. And this one too that we added. This is just cards. If you where is that screwdriver? That's what I wanted to. I think mine is in my. Yes. So this one is small. Though. All right. Which one? The auxiliary port or what? Eh, also cable. Not like majorly that, but I'm just showing the ones that are here. So this is just a card. Yes, that we when we're trying to connect routers together, we added some ports cards here. So this is just like the same thing we're adding. Like we saw them all listed, so we're just adding. It's not here. We can get it in the market. So it's not here. We can get it in the market. So I just move it so I'll show you so you know that it is not fixed. Right. So now I'm asking the question. Oh. I'm just taking us back and we are going back and forward again. We're going deeper and we are going back in it. So I want Mr. Bolaji, Mr. Aziz to access this router, right? This Cisco router, right? So we'll be using which cable? The network cable, right? Huh? The the console cable, right? So he will connect it to the console port, right? So can you hold this for us? I'll connect it. So this is the one I was. There's a console cable that has USB. So this will be normal RJ45. Right, this end will be USB. But there's some console cable that has COM ports. Right, so this is COM ports. Our laptops doesn't have COM ports. Yeah, so it's only second gen and third gen or thereabout. So because we don't have such laptops here, that's why we are using this converter. This is serial to USB converter that would convert this to USB. This is like printer cable, right? So, but this is the major serial to USB converter. So, because this is not VGA, this is not VGA, this is not VGA. No. VGA is something different. So, what I'm saying this is not VGA because I'm not confused. It's looking like VGA. Like my laptop, okay, my laptop doesn't have VGA. Some laptops here, your own has now. So it's not VGA. If you try to connect it, it will spoil your ports. Like if it's not HDMI, it's VGA. Is it not this VGA that we have here? This VGA ports for monitor units to, yeah. So we don't need. So that's why we're converting this, right? So once Mr. Aziz is done, where should I connect to? Where? So Mr. Balaji, you connect this for us. So once Mr. Aziz is done, configuring this cable, this router, right? So Mr. Aziz, over to you. Sorry, Mr. Balaji. No, use your one hand, we have you use two hand, you go stand up. Na chairman, na router. So you power it up again. Right, so you power it up again. Yes. They have their own separate standalone firewall Cisco, but this one it has its own one or two firewall that it is not in depth. So the one we want to set up is a robust. It's called firewall Scaffold. This one we can't call it firewall. Just a Cisco router with different functionalities, but there's a firewall that can be set up there. This one has firewall. In fact, this device, as little as it is, it's much for me. It's much more powerful than this. This device. Yes, but they have another. Yes, so they have another. So this is the Mikotic, and this is just a lower version of it. Yes, much more powerful. Like in my network, I prefer to have this. Maybe because of if the network is depends on how big the network is. If it's not too big, but I would prefer to use this because I use it to manage bandwidth. You can use this Mikotic router to manage bandwidth in our network, right? So it has its own firewall. That is what brought me to this. That's its own firewall, right? So this firewall is very, very important. So if you have all the security infrastructures and everything in your network, you don't have a firewall, it's still your network is still prone to attack or it's still vulnerable. Still somehow. That's why we have a security man. Imagine President Tinubu doesn't have this is a Asokok, doesn't have a hitman. No get or in fence, no high. That's the people could just call me. They call give am some things. So that's why we need and there are some firewalls that firewall pass firewall. Right. So and firewalls can be and there's something we call API. Right. So we'll get to that aspect where we can integrate a solution. Let's take for instance now we have a firewall. So Mr. Aziz has like another security solution, a different vendor, different brand, different model. So wants to connect it together. So we're going to integrate his own, yeah. So and there are sometimes we use a key, maybe the ASCII or something. So but we'll get to that aspect, right? So but in setting up a network or security deployments in every network, we'll think ahead. Which one should we get? What should we do? Just in case maybe like someone called me 2 days ago. I mean that was yes 2 days ago. When I immediately I just got back to Lagos. So when the person called me, he said he wants to just quickly set up a network whereby somebody will be able to connect upstairs, share files. Looking at him, professional advisors, I've been doing this. I'll just say, let me just come and do this. Not like you say you want to connect one PCs there, they'll be managing. This guy will be the one. Okay, this one will be sharing. This one will be directly connected to the printer. Why this one? There will be connected. This one will be serving as a server. If this one is not on, other ones cannot print. And I thought of it, and it doesn't make any sense. So just get a router or a switch. Let all the devices connected to that network. The printer will be connected. The printer has a network port, right? So we don't need to be depending on this guy to be on at to be up at all times. So these are you think ahead. So when you're setting up a network or when you are just onboarded in an organization, they said, okay, please come home. They give you a task. But if you discover certain things are not in place, you say, first, do you have a firewall? They don't have a firewall, so you bring in a firewall. You sell firewall. So firewalls are very expensive, right? So our firewalls over 4 million, right? So depends 3 million, 4 million, 7 million like that. So we say we deploy firewall. So this firewall we are going to be deploying, right? So it's still part of the training because you can be maybe part of what will I call it? Maybe they call you, you are in who wants to go to keep Borno State or there's someone that will be coming all the way from I think Abuja, right? So probably on Tuesday, right? So it's coming for a project here, right? So but I was told to be part of it. It's not really my thing, right? So he was sent to one northern state. He couldn't go, but he accepted Lagos. So me, Namigo can't go there. So he come and so like that the place. So sometimes we so that's how it is. So but he just wants to do like a physical demonstration connection, set up. Right. So then thereafter from anywhere is we just remotely access. And so and do all the setup. Right. So Mr. Bolaji, so you found this router, found the router. I think something okay. What's this? Okay. All right. The router is on, right? So come to look file explorer. I'm Mr. Aziz. Come to file explorer. So right click on this PC. Right click on this PC. He's the one doing it. So you're not connected to the router. So what you will do once he's done connecting to this router, once he's done configuring this router, you will now access the router. This router will be connected to the switch. You get via any of those fast Ethernet or gigabit ports. You will be connected to the switch. Then you can telnet into this router. This switch will be connected to the can be where's the adapter, right? So let me just power this one on. Right, so we'll be connected to this router. So if you're not connected sorry if you're not connected via cable, if you want to access it, you can connect wirelessly to the router, just telnet into it. Right. So manage. Come to manage. So because this is our server. Are you doing this from the server? No, you can't do this. It's from your host. It's from the host. Because because when you click on manage, the way it's Windows Server will just make it disappear. To now tell you to come to tools to see manage. Right. So device manager. So this is the USB serial It's not driven yet. It's not driven. But click this drop down. Click this drop down. Let's see. Um, okay. So let's just we're trying to know the actual port. There's a communication port to come. It changes, right? So, but I want to know this one is where is showing now. It's showing as if it's not driven. The way you're looking at me, so it's as if it's not driven, right? So, but this com3, I want to confirm if this actual port, if this port will work. So now we'll be using PuTTY to have access to the router. Right, so come to PuTTY. Come to PuTTY. Launch your PuTTY. You don't have it on your host. You have it. Because you downloaded it. So just go to your download and or are you sure you don't have it installed there? Just search for PuTTY. So that's the setup. That's just the setup. Hold on. It's showing that virtual machines. I don't know. Copy it. Click on it. Click on it to install. That's the MSI. You clicked on it more than 2 times or more than 3 times. You can see, right? Cancel. Cancel this. Cancel. But you clicked on it more than twice. Yes. Finish. Yes, it should be on your host. So next now. Install. So next. Now hold on. Are you sharing your screen via Teams? So let me confirm. Alright. Alright. So yeah, install. So why this one is installing, right? So click on this. Click on this just here. So be looking at the screen, right? So unplug the USB cable. Looking at the screen, right? Let's see what's going to happen. I want to see if that com3 will still be there. If you have, do you have Windows 10 running? If you have your Windows 10 running, please disconnect it. Alright, so just suspend the Mikotic and maybe Metasploit. Later, we don't even need it now. Right, so because we are setting up the firewall. Right, so just suspend it. Just suspend it. So suspend this one as well. Thank you. So, alright, so now unplug now. Unplug. Easy, don't spoil that port. Alright, so 3 is still there. That means it's not 3. So connect it back. So you connected, right? Alright, so click here, then come back to device manager. Performance, back to device manager. Right, so let's just okay, come down. I think this is it here. Down. Come down. Down. This hold on. No, take your mouse and your pointer off there. Now unplug, let me see. Okay, this is it here. So right click on this. USB serial, yes. Right click on it. Update. Browse. As mean would have said let's use internet first, but let's just try to pick from here, see if it will. Let me pick from a list of drivers on my computer. Here, look at my hand. Right, so cancel. Just cancel. Or you go back. Right click on it again. Updates. So let's use automatically. Let's see. Search automatically. Let's see. Unable to install. So probably I will share the driver to you. So close. Let's launch your PuTTY. Let's see if we can use 3 if 3 would work. See here. So yes. That one is what? Okay, that's advanced ID scanner. So just allow it. It's not done installing. So finish. Uncheck this view. Read me and check it. Then finish. So launch the PT now. Let's see. No? Okay, yeah. So come to Syria. But we are using this cable. So as when we are telnetting via SSH, like what we did telnet, and so select this. If it's telnet, you just indicate the ports. Right. So that's here 696,000 96 99,600. So go to your packet tracer. Go to your packet tracer. Yes, yes. Hold on. Just go to call up this tax. Right. See this packet tracer, right? So now click on this packet tracer. Come to terminal. And is on desktop a terminal. So that's 96,000. So that's there's a parity with flow control and all of that. So by default it's okay. Right. So it just bits per second, right? So there are some other higher um, values here. So you want to have access to this router. The same thing we're trying to do here now. You are connected. He's connected physically to the router via what? The console cable, right? So the console port. Where did you connect it? Where did you connect this cable to? So the console port, right? And so the COM port arrow is 232 here, which is the COM port, right? So and if you click OK, it takes you in now. So go back here, go back to the PC, right? So this is much more technical. That's why we want to be doing this, right? So now it's telling us serial COM1. So why we went to device manager is to confirm the actual COM that is available or that is in use. So that's why we are doing that. So COM1 or COM. So let's try COM3. If it doesn't work, they need to install a driver. So just erase this and put COM3, or you change another port. At times changing. So okay, open. The router is here on. Is on, right? Okay. Just hit enter on your keyboard. Hit enter on your keyboard. Alright. Right click on this button. Right click. So you pin it. Pin it here. Pin it to taskbar. Right. So now close. Yes. So click on it now. Launch it. I don't want you to be searching for it again. Right. So now Syria. Let's try COM3. I mean COM1. So open. Right. So COM1 is available. Right. So give me the code. Yes. Give me the code. I will share it driver to you. So I will share my screen. Right. I'm going to share my screen. Right? I want us to have access to this, then configure. Then we will configure. Or while I'm doing it, just Google USB to serial adapter for driver, Mr. Aziz. So just stop USB to yeah, driver. So stop sharing, Mr. Aziz. Alright, so I'm sharing my screen. So give me the HDMI. Alright, so just look at my screen. Right, you can see my screen, right? Mr. Aziz. So device manager. So I'll look for that COM port. So you come here the same way we did. So COM5, you can see here USB serial COM5. That one is for showing us here, it has not been driven. Right, so we need to drive that peripheral. right? So conf5. So now I will launch putty. I'll launch putty. I'll select what? Serial, right? So all I put here, conf5, then open, right? So just click on open, then maybe hit enter. So it's taking me into the router. You can see yes or no, right? So it's the same thing that we did on our packet tracer. That's why I tell you, the practice, you might not have this, but you can practice. So if they ask you if you've configured. So it's the same thing. This switch, that layer three switch that you on your packet tracer that you saw connected to the router, right? So it's the same switch here. This switch that we have here, this one, same switch, the layer 2 switch has some functionalities of a router, right? So now what should I do here? Yes or no? Yes or no? No. Who is saying yes? Right? So no, right? Then enter. Right? So it's loading up and then all the configurations also. Let me just hit enter again. Router greater than sign. Right? So I'm connected to this router here. So what should I type here? Enable, right? Router. So which mode is this? Which mode is this? User mode. User mode. So which next mode is what? Privilege mode. Yes. Let's privilege which mode? So privilege mode. So what will I do there? Configure terminal, right? Configure them with tab key. Helps me to complete it, right? So terminal, tab key, help me to complete it. Right, so I'm now in the normal. So if I want to go back to my privilege, what should I type? Exit. Thank you. So it takes me back. So remember I said before doing carry out any configuration on the router, right? So most times it's good to see what has been configured on that router before doing anything. If you are just onboarded, let's take Mr. Ahmed, you just you're just onboarding into this thing. You are giving devices. In fact, if they ask you how do you access this router, physically, that's what you ask. If you hear the word physically, you say this. So if they ask you how do you access a router, then you need want to ask the person, is it physically or remotely? Yes. So if you're using physically, then you tell the person you're asking the question you're asking. That's what me I do. If you come in for an interview, I will ask you question. So is it you want me to access it physically or remotely? If you want me to access it, then I will use this. Because okay, if you want me to access it, then I'll use Telnet or SSH or maybe any of this remote utility means. You understand? Yeah, Putty is no Putty. We can use Putty to access remotely. This one, is the port too. That's the protocol that I'm even referring to now. If you say remotely, right? That's why I say Telnet or SSH. I say physically, see where. No, Putty is just providing the connection, right? So the means or the environment in which we used to connect or have access remotely or locally or physically, we get. Right? So we are in the privilege mode. So I'll just do shift question mark. Mr. Ahmed was just onboarded, right? So this shift question mark to see. Sorry, not shift question mark, but let's just do this. I wanted to do show starts or show run. So space bar. Just this is just what can be configured or typed on the privilege mode with shift question mark to show us. Then let me do show run or show start. What should I do? Hmm? Why show run? Alright, so why not show start? Show start will show you what has been saved on the router. I've not configured anything recently. I just turned on the router. So if I do show run, it might not even show us anything. It will still show us what has been configured. But if something has been saved on the router, you're just coming up, right? So if you show start, which means startup config, right? So show start. So if I hit enter, it will work. Show one and show start will show us similar this thing, but show start will show. Thank you. So that's what I'm not adding to. So just do enter, right? So then showing us what has been configured or version of the router, stuff like that. And this This is a whole lot, right? So no, these are just stuffs. There's even access list. Access list is similar to what we'll be doing on the firewall. So let me not just go to that route. So no telling us this thing, no, this one, no has been configured, no redirect, no access group. So because we did show start, right? So these are some access lists commands. Permit, deny, permit, deny. So similar to what we're doing, right? So spacebar, I'm just hitting spacebar on my keyboard, right? So show me. So if I want to go line by line, what should I type? What should I do? Enter. I want to be seeing like what you're doing, seeing line by line. Enter. You get line by line. I want to be page by page is what space bar. So page by page. Then if I don't want to see, I'm done. I don't assuming if it has not gotten here, I want to just I'm done. I've seen what I wanted. I'll just press Ctrl C to take me to just stop that process and take me here. Right. So but it's already at the end. You get so now let me just do my configure terminal config C. Right. So now let me do shift question mark here. This one has more compared to the one on the privilege mode. Now you can see access list, alias, archive. Yeah, there's something that I've never seen reasons to configure. Someone asked, there's one of my guy is not in Nigeria, right? So 2 years ago he was supposed to there was something we're supposed to do together, right? So he called me. He just got he's working somewhere. So since he started that work, right? So I've been like pushing him up on router configuration. In fact, he's going in depth now in security, right? So he's not in Nigeria, he's in one African country, right? So he told me that his boss, he came on, they just gave him a router and a switch. Yes, he identified all of these devices, right? So fortunately, we were able to have one session very late, 12 a.m., and they are 2 hours ahead of us. Right, so they are 2 hours ahead of us. So we had one session, we just packaged, I just showing one or two configurations. You see, first mistake he told me. You see, he wants to configure. Okay, we did the first initial configuration. You see, he wants to learn how to configure router. And I told him, no, no, no. It's not even about learning how to configure. Is not even the issue. What do you want to achieve? You get. If all these are different purposes or what can be configured on this router, you've assessed it. Show run, right? So you are in privilege mode or you are in the global mode. What do you want to configure? Before saying you just I say now let's create a scenario, right? We don't want or we want to enable IP because there are a whole lot that we cannot exhaust here, right? So you can see shift question mark is telling us that ARP, which is for set a static ARP entry, that's for app address resolution protocol. So bridge, there's boot, so different stuff. So if you say you want to just learn how to you would just have a scenario, what you want to achieve, right? First, then you now say, okay, let me even Google. So I want to configure banner. You can see banner here. I want to configure banner or define a login banner. You get when someone log in, you say, oh, do I need to configure? So you create a scenario, login banner. You can Google it and say, okay, when someone comes to the router or accesses the router, what will he see? What he will show see that's the login banner. So you first of all create a scenario. So there must be something you get. So on this device, even on a firewall, you create a scenario because you can't exhaust everything. The good thing is that you know how it works. You know that the feature is embedded on it. So now create a scenario. Okay, what can I do here? What can be done? Even the policies that we'll be setting up. So the policies are not just limited to what we are doing. So on your own, just create a scenario and create more policies. Again, that's why I say the one we did on Akali, we only just did 80. I can just share a list of commands or protocols. So you create a scenario and you create, okay, your Windows 10 with access, you switch users, right? Maybe like that. So just like, so you see more commands. Configure, this is clock rates, this is CNA, this is CDP. I think CDP, which means CDP, I'm trying to remember but it's for discovery something, Cisco discovery protocol. I think so, yeah. Cisco discovery protocol is for when you have when you are in a network now, let's take for instance now, very, very, very important. Why I'm even bringing this to this router, because where we are going to, we might I'll be coming with it, so we'll be connecting and accessing it. And so because of where we are going to, if you're just Mr. Ahmed, are you with us? You're just onboarded in this organization, right? So you are in this branch, you are the head of the IT here, right? So you have to set up all the policies. Your other branches are connected to this network. They are one organization or one firm, big firm, but this is just a one of a branch, right? So one of the branch, right? So if you want to do you want to see the routers you are connected to, you just say show CDP neighbor. If you want to configure, you can also check the CDP neighbor, which is I think Cisco Discovery Protocol, right? So to see devices your routers are connected to. You get so like this. So these are different commands, scenarios. There are some I've never tried to use, right? So but if that's why you see the description here. So highest I'll just do is just to go to Google, how to configure. I've already created this scenario. Okay, how to configure. Just tell you, okay, do this. And when you are configuring, right? So let's do. I saw SSH now. This is SNMP. This Simple Network Management Protocol, Simple Network Time Protocol, right? So all these are different. They are for different purposes. And most of the time, you see services, you see protocols or protocols. Right? This is VLAN and the like. So it's the end now. Right? There are some I've never seen reason why I would do that. Right? So if someone asks me, can I configure router? Yes. So what do you want me to do on it? That's the scenario. Or you yourself ask yourself, what do I want to achieve on it? So I want XYZ. Right? So now what should we do here? So I think something we've not done before, right? So I just want us to quickly look at this. Okay, my mouse is not connected. All right, so let me do VLAN. So VLAN, right? So I see VLAN now. You don't know what to configure next on VLAN. Just give a space, right? Then just press Shift question mark. It will tell you what's next to configure. You understand? So if we do accounts now, when I did ACC, I just pressed my tab key. It completed it for me. Then we do Shift question mark again. Tell you the next thing to do, right? So what you have to do next. So if it's input or output. So let me see. This one means carried return or something. I don't know if it's carried return but it shows that that's the end, right? So input. If I do input, or I just press my tab key, yes me. So if I do, so there's nothing else. When you see CRO, it means that there's no. If you do shift question mark, you will not see anything again. You understand? So these are just the steps or the guides in doing this. Right. So would not to waste time. I think it's better we start setting up our main firewall. Then we can do eh? The virtual local area network. Right. So we do that on the switch. Right. We'll do the VLAN on the switch. Right. So it's just to logically segment local area network. Mr. Ahmed and Mr. Bolaji to be in one network. And the VLAN is part of what we'll be doing. It's in our course outline, right? So Mr. Ahmed and Mr. Bolaji will be in port 2. Mr. Aziz and Mr. Desmond will be connected to, okay, Mr. Ahmed and Mr. Bolaji, port 1 and 2. They should be connected to port 1 and 2. Mr. Aziz and Mr. Desmond, port 3 and port 4. Two of them, both of you can't communicate. Even though you are in the same LAN, you cannot communicate because we've done VLAN. But we can't set up VLAN on the router. We can only set it up on a switch, on this Cisco switch. Right? So we can only use VLAN to route the two logically segmented network. So that's what we can use the router to do. Right? You get local area segmenting of local area network. So the VLAN works like a router, right? So but it's mainly done on the switch. So the only thing I want to do now, right? So I want to configure an IP address. Configure an IP address on this port, but I will not save it. Connect to G connect to G0/0. G0/0. I want somebody to connect to this network. I want someone to connect to this router. Someone doesn't have internet access. We'll just connect to it. You connect to it since you're not, so you just connect and access. No, 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 no. Let him, you scan wirelessly. Let Mr. Ahmed connect. You see something like a tech training or so. Are you seeing it? Yeah, so access it. Yes. I don't know. Try the same. It's been long. Try the same password. You can access it though. You can access it. But it will disconnect you from the internet because you didn't route internet connection here. So except to achieve that later if we want to. So the internet here will be to disconnect you from the password is incorrect. What did you type? Put tech or like 54 3 2 1 or so. It's not working. It's not even about internet now. Let it just be connected. Yes, yes. Okay. All right. So let me configure an IP address. Where did you connect it, Mr. Balaji? Which of the ports? G0. So interface G gigabits, right? 0/0, right? Okay, before I do this, right? Let me do show Mr. Desmond, do show what? Do show the IP interface brief. So do show start to show us too many information. We just want to see the status of the port. So do space show space IP space interface. All this is abbreviation, so it accepts it. Brief BRI means brief. So just hit enter. Right. So it's telling us that you can see here now 0/0 0 F0. Those F0 they are those two adapters that are added. Those boards, I mean those cards, extra cards. So these are the one that comes with the router is the gigabit, right? So now we have 4 ports, fast Ethernet ports, right? Ethernet, they are called Ethernet ports. So take notes now, right? So if not to confuse it, when you are in a network or you have a laptop that needs to be connected to, if I tell you connect your, I want to be technical now. I want to use the term. I want you to connect your laptop to this switch. You too want to be professional, want to be technical. That's mean, is it the Ethernet ports? If it's Ethernet port, I would tell you to use this cable, the network cable. If I just say connect to the router, you get. So you to respond, is it the Ethernet port? Is it to the Ethernet port? So because you can connect also using a console port, console cable. The console port is not an Ethernet port. So it doesn't mean that because IOJ45 will go there too, it doesn't mean it's an Ethernet port. No. So Ethernet is a potential media access method rectified by IEEE, right? Which is Internet Engineering. Trying to recall. You're calling me, right? Eh? To see if this router, if it has IP address, you see IP address not assigned. If it's up to, you see them here administratively down. Routers, their ports are down by default, right? So even though the cable is connected, doesn't mean that it is up. When it comes to modular routers, you understand? Let me charge this. Hmm? The Ethernet, ETH, is a local, is a network port generally, right? So for RJ45 connector, layer one, I'm trying to categorize them. So just so you know the family. So if I say Ethernet environment, I'm talking about local area network. right? So most people will say internet. It doesn't mean that this because this router has internet, you will not call it, I say connect to the internet port, right? Or eh? Eh? No, no. So those ports, they are standard. I think that's another word. It's Ethernet. There is Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is the standard. Wireless fidelity, Wi-Fi. Right? So it's a standard. So they are being rectified by different what's it called? Not vendor, organization. Just like we have ISO, International Standard Organization. So they rectify all this. They tell you, let's use it majorly, let it be Ethernet. It means local. I'm just giving you some terms whereby when you are in the field, when we are talking, I just say, okay, let's use Ethernet cable, or let's use RD45 connector. I'm talking about things that are local, right? So things that are local that we connect, that we play around, right? So, but when we are going over or in the public space or in the internet, we use a different term. That's why sometimes I'll tell you that packets, at times you hear me use the word packets. So context, I might not use packet, I might use data, right? So sometimes I can say packet data. Get let me to turn on the fan. It's like the light has gone off. Need to switch off the AC. Right, so the second one. The second one. All right, so now let's just move on. So now I've seen that there's no IP address. That's why we always use these commands. Show now interface gigabits. You know, I added do to it do. Right, so do space show because I'm in the global mode. So interface gigabits. Where did you connect it? That's why I remember I will say always check. I think who made that mistake. You went to configure IP address on a port that your cable. And this thing is just practical. Imagine you have two ports are there. I'm not configuring 0/1, whereas the cable was connected to 0/0. You can see why I would say always check. And you know, if it's a packet tracer, you want to check, take us to your packet tracer. Okay, you're not sharing screen. All right. So if it's a packet tracer, you just move there and you see S0/0 or 0/1, the one that is in use. Right. So 0/0, then hit enter. Right. So now what IP space address space what? Hmm? Huh? So let me give you 192.168 dot. Let me even give you this MTN's IP address. So who is connected to this router? You is connected, right? But you're connected now, no internet. Who is connected to EC2? I mean to Airlight. If you're connected to Airlight, just let me know. Right? Okay. So now I would do something and you'll be the one to access the router because I want to connect this to this one. Okay, no, I'll connect this one to this one, then this one to this one. So you can access this router, telnet into this router. Again, because you are connected, you are in that network. Right. So but those that are connected to it is a different network. And for you to access it, if you know you're in a different network, that means this port will have a public IP address. If this port is having a private IP address, you can't access it on a different network. You understand? So 192.168 dots. Yeah, we call it a router. Yeah, so it does switching, it does routing. Yes. So that's a wireless. Yes, you can call it a router. It doesn't have up to quarter of the functions this one has. It doesn't. Even though it's called a router. One of the major functions of the router is for internet works. So connect, take us out, they will bring us in, right? So to connect networks together, right? So it's a layer 2 device and it needs IP address to work, right? So okay, but let me just configure that one. So let me give it 192.168.8.254. No, no problem. Let me just do it this way. 254. So let's use cube instead. So what's wrong here? The what? The subnet marks, right? Thank you. So 255.255.255 dot what? 20. We are not subnetting any IP here, so 0. So what next? No shutdown. Thank you. So now let's let me the port is up now. So let's exit one step backward, right? So do show IP interface brief. You can see the IP here, right? You can see the IP here, and it is yes, it's still showing down. Okay, hold on. Why is it showing down? Tell me why it's showing down. Because this one is not connected, right? So this one is not connected. So if we configure VLAN on this switch, if we set up VLAN on this, we'll probably set up VLAN on this switch. There are ways we will configure this switch. I mean, we'll do routing on the stick. Let me know if we just go to that because it will be a bit confusing. So now we have, let me do show IP interface brief again, right? It's still down, right? Check if it's up. Check if it's up yet. Hmm? It's up. Use which port? Sorry, it will indicate here now. It's not on there. Yeah, it will indicate. So confirm that. No connect now. No connect now. It's connected now. See, automatically it's changing state to up, right? So do show IP interface brief. So it's up. Right, so you always check status of your device. Always check. So all these are just the skills, right? So you see now, how do we troubleshoot this? We started with layer one, physical connection. Before we've configured IP. If it's not even connected, there's no way you can even with your IP to work. You get, even though you have the right IP addresses configured, but if layer one, the cable connection is not intact, you still cannot even have access. So this is just the OSI model, right? So now I give, what IP did I give it? Is it 8.254, right? So now this switch is 8. Is 8. That's 8 dots. I gave it 8 now. What I'm seeing here is 8 now. Yeah, it's 8. So it's connected to this switch. So this switch, what's the function of this switch? One of the function. What's one of the function of this switch? Thank you. Other devices to connect within that local area network. Right. So you have a network cable. Connect to this switch. You have a network cable. How will Mr. Desmond, not tell me that. So those network cable, you went to go and dash somebody or what? So let him connect. Your Ethernet port, is it working? That's what I was telling you that time. You will still collect. Yes, now he will still collect. I said you used to collect two things for me. You say no, you don't. It's only one. I don't know what you were saying that time. I don't know if it's here. Mr. Okay, it should be in my bag. So when it's connected, right, he will want a ping to what? To the router. This is it. But you need to change your IP address to be on the same network. The router will be your gateway. The switch is just providing a connection. It's like a central device. So when you're configuring IP, you'll be able to. We can't see your screen now. You want to share your screen? Share your screen, then I'll project it from here. You get. So I'll stop sharing. Then you share your screen. Then I'll project your screen from here. You're not in the meeting. Give someone that is in the meeting now. We want to start connecting now. We are not even connected to the network, to the internet. I have connect join the session. I know I keep here, I keep you outside, sorry. There it is now. Each of them. Not bad. I just do Mr. Give us your connected to the network, right? Yes, but now we are using, you see what I was saying the other time, when we are using Wireshark, now you are connected to, you'll be connected to this network, you are connected wirelessly, you can even connect, you have another wireless dongle like this one, you can connect to three network. But when you want to monitor over via Wireshark, you select the network you actually want to monitor from. So now connect to this one. So how many networks do you have now? Oh, power, hold on. Sorry, it's two. And your phone, I beg you. No, no, iPhone 16 or 15. iPhone 16. I beg you. Oh, no close. It's indicating. So go to your that network adapter on your host. So configure a similar IP address I just did now. 192.168.8, maybe dot 8 dot anything. I configured 254 on the router. Mm. The real tech. Hmm? No, 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 not wirelessly. It's connecting via cable. But you will share your screen. Sorry, you will share your screen, so your screen will be projected there. Let him share his screen. Mr. Desmond, right. So now I'm the one projecting your screen. So let's see. Yes. So give this one AC. Sorry, eight. Thank you. Eight. So I don't know what you have here, but anything. Hope you are getting what we did yesterday. It's the same thing. No, just do a gateway. Let it be your router. Let it be this router. No, not my IP, the routers. No. 192.168.8.254 dot 168.8.254. That's that. So okay now. Okay. Are you sure you clicked on OK? Because it's just as if you escaped it. You sure? You did okay, right? So run a continuous ping to the router from your command prompt. It's configuring a separate IP on that same network on the 192.168.0 network. So it's configuring its own separate IP. Or you configure the gateway to be eh? And so you want a continuous thing. But we are checking about troubleshooting. What did you type there? 192.168.8.254. 254, right? That was what I configured. That's what's the own IP? Um 192.168.8.25. Check your IP address. Do IP config. What's the IP? What's the IP address for the Ethernet? That's the online. What's that this thing I will do? This is what you configure for it. So do I config again? First CLS. Let's press CLS here. CLS. Like CLS. So do IP config, let's see. Clear screen. So let's look for 8 here now. That's not it. Right. So um one of the things to your gateway, one of your gateway, no 43. Go down. 43.25. One of the things to that. Let's see. Yes. Only thing, let's see. Right. So now hold on. Right, so now try it again. Yes. This is your cable, right? This is your cable. Mr. Bolaji, come to this side. Want a continuous ping to the router. I want to confirm something. Continuous ping. You're supposed to even open like two different windows. So just a continuous ping. So we'll be looking at your screen. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, open another one. So want a continuous ping. The router, the 8.254. Right, so Mr. Bolaji, take this cable, right? Plug it on F0/0. the G 0/0. The one that, yes, remove that one, unplug that one. Yeah. So connect it there. Hold on, just what? Hold on. It's responding, right? Right. So that means maybe there's VLAN or there's a partitioned or there's an IP address. That's what when I wanted to explain router on the stick. Right. So now I will have to now access this switch and either reset it or confirm. Probably there's an IP address on this port. By default, we can't install and we can't configure IP addresses on switches. But I know I've worked on this switch several times. On the time I went to Port Harcourt, so I think they use this switch for a whole lot that they did. Right. So, but that depends on the port. So for me to even access this switch, I'll still make use of this cable. Right. So now we turn back. We turn back. Nice. Let's take this one here. Let's use another one. Which port is this? 23, right? 24. All right. All right. So now, hold on. I want to do something here. Yeah. So configure terminal. Hold on. I want to try something. So you can be seeing your screen. Let's say nine what? VTY 0 space 4. Right. So I want to give him access. So password elite 54321. Login. It's even responding now. It's responding. I don't know. We didn't do anything, but it's responding. It's responding. Okay, probably because of the port. Yeah, it was right. So now I've created. I, I want you to log into this switch now without the cable. Okay, you're already in the using the cable, no problem now. So now log into this switch from command prompt. So go to start. Let me show you how you enable telnet. So click on start on your host. So let's look at this, very important. So go to start, go to control panel, or type command prompts here. Right click on command prompt, run it as administrator. Yes, run it as administrator. Run as administrator now. So telnet, let's do telnet space the IP address. So you access the router now. Telnet space the IP address. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, then we now need to enable the telnet function, the gateway of the router. Enter. What's it telling you? It's not recognized as an internal or external, so it is not recognized. It's not even about the router now. So go to control panel. Go to control panel. Just call up control panel. Control panel. Go to programs. Yeah, programs. Turn Windows features on or off. This is my hand here. Yes. So look for telnet. See, these are protocol services that you can allow. By default, all these ones are there. See telnet. Telnet clients. Yes. Yes, check it. Okay. So I'm just telling you this, right? So you are in a network, you are just onboarded. Now you need to tell them to net. If you don't do this, you still cannot telnet into that, even I give you access. You know, on packages that we didn't do this. Right? So we just did telnet space and we gave access. So but on Windows, we have to do this. It is search query the file, get it. We are opening up that port, telnet port on that PC. Understand? So it will take time. It might take up to 5 minutes. It depends, or even more or less. Alright. So when you're using core i11. So it's not supposed to take time now. I've forgotten. So now go to that and do telnet again. That one that you did. Oh, where is it? I think this is it. This is it. So press your up arrow key again. Enter. Now, do not connect to the host on ports. Connection failed. I think it's different from the other one now, right? Different. So now let me check here. Right. So why are we running that ping? Why are we running the ping? No, why are we running not to access? Why are we running the ping? Yes, there's a communication, there's a connection. So that's the first thing we need to do. Right. So try to telnet again. Try to telnet again. Just hit enter. Hold on. Show. Can you see my? If you're not seeing my screen, I'm the one sharing. Yeah, confirm that you're still running the ping. That when the ping you're running is still working. Right. So Mr. Balaji, I want to confirm something. Connect this. Let me confirm. If I don't know what's on that router, connect it to G0/0. So try to telnet again. Sorry. Yes, just up arrow. Check the ping. It will come out. It takes some time. It will come back to the ping. Come here. It's responding now. Press Ctrl C. Up arrow key. Enter. Right. So go back to this. So let's confirm the telnet. Hit enter. What is this? Opportunity connection field. Hold on. Let me see. Coming. What did you type there? Telnet 192.168.8. Disconnect from the network, from the wireless network. From the wireless. The wireless. Yes. Disconnect from the wireless. Maybe it's prioritizing the wireless. Let's see. Disconnect from the wireless network. You'll be disconnected from the meeting for the period, right? Yeah. So now let's do it. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Right. Because I know You're still connected to the wireless network. It's meant to connect to it's speaking to the router. Alright, try it. Try it first. Enter. Hold on. Wait one more time. So hold on. Let's confirm. You have network port, right? So connect back to the wireless network, Mr. Confirm you are in the session. Confirm that you are still in the session. You can share your screen again. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you are meant to. I think we start. The host. Yes, probably I think so. Hold on. I just want us to see this. But your server is up now. Yeah, maybe you suspend. If you try it here, it doesn't work. That means you have to restart. Where is your network port? Yes. Yes, it's correct. Yes, it's correct. Hold on. No, remove your hand. Oh, drag that guy down. Push it in. You can see now it's telling him to restart. When he finished, you only didn't restart, right? He didn't prompt that you should restart. Yeah, normally I just record now. Normally you're meant to restart. So it's good we encounter this, but when we're in the field, so no, when we see this, know that okay, this is. Well, I feel it's when you restart because I've bypassed protocol. I've made it connected directly from the switch. It's still not going through. So, but let's just confirm. So, but we will not restart. Let's wait for him. Yes, I just wanted to confirm here, right? So, but nevertheless, we can still try to telnet. If it doesn't work, probably for that service to take effect, it's just like on our Windows server. Sometimes when we install some services or resources, it tell us to restart. If we don't restart the server, it will not take effect. So telnet with the IP again. If it doesn't work, then once it's done, it's on is up, then he will try to telnet. Not working right. So because we need to restart. All right. So Mr. Yes, ma'am. How many seconds for your laptop to come up? It's i9 now. So you're the only one using i9 here. All right. So why this one is coming up? Let's come to fire. I wanted him to telnet and do one or two configuration that will take effect within our local area network here on the router. And so that's what I want. Let's just why that one is coming up. So Mr. I'm the one sharing screen. Who's going to share screen? Mr. Desmond, are you up? So so telnet. Mr. Aziz, I think you take over the. I don't want us to wait. Let's just continue when it's done, right? So he will confirm. So just take over. So let's quickly set up the firewall. So we call up CMD as an administrator. You might click on it as administrator. So telnet. Mr. Take us to your server. Take us to your server. To your 19 to the 168 2 5 4. I can wait for this. How do you make it? So then use putty now. Use putty, you have putty on your host. So let's use putty to telnet then. Let's install it. Let's use putty to telnet. You understand? Let's make this. We get to just backfire your windows. So now how do you telnet here? Remember, you change the port. Like so, just come to order to change. Right, so now type the IP address 192 dot 168 dot 8. Okay, yeah. Just open, yes. Click enter. Hold on. Refused by, oh, I think I got that response. Refused by host, right? But yes. So do it again. We 254. Okay, I think it's from the route to get. Alright, so I think the security is from the router. Anyway, so let's just go with the firewall. So you remind me, right? I want to confirm that one can tell it. I don't want to configure SSH. Right, so let's come to our workstation. Right, so let's go to our workstation. So let's just quickly set up this firewall. Mr. Who is sharing screen? Who is projecting now? Right, you can connect back to the internet. So you share your screen on Teams. Alright. So now come to home. So let's do this together. Mister, are you with us? Are you sure? Alright, so the firewall we downloaded, where is it? So go to your where did you copy it? So let's get to the firewall. Documents, right? I think it's on documents. Are you sure it's here? So take it to documents. I take it to documents. Copy it or you copy it to documents inside virtual machine folder. You are system. Right. Just take it to virtual machine folder. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's already there now. Yes, we've already extracted it. It has not extracted. So right click on it. Right click. So extract to, extract to. Yes. So extract to. Mr. Desmond Alpha. You follow just follow us. So your workstation. Your workstation is up. Alright, just open it then. So you go to I think the documents where you have the right. So I think you have hmm? Yes. So this one extract. So this is it here, right? So create a folder here. Create a folder here inside this documents folder. Just give it maybe support firewall or firewall. In capital letter. You can add source in case maybe add source. Add source to it. Create a folder. Create a folder here. Yes. S O S O P H. Yes, before the yes. POHS. I know what I said. So drag this and put it inside. So the one you extracted, where is it? This one you extracted, right? So drag it and put it inside. This one alpha. No, it's there now. You see it's in the folder. So just drag it into the you understand? Alright, so let's get to the workstation. So get to your workstation, understand? So the home. Right, so now let's import the firewall. Right, so come to documents. Yeah, that's it. Support firewall. Open this one. So select VM8. VM8.